When I tell people that I live in Spain and I play paddle, the question that I always get asked is, how good is a level in Spain? Well, I thought what I'd do was, due to an injury, I would start a new Playtomic profile at 0.5, the lowest beginner level, and see within the next 5 months before I have my knee surgery, how much I can rise and fall on the ranks, so you can get a real idea of what the level's like in Spain. As a disclaimer, I will point out that the people that I'm playing with and against, I've sent a message before, because before I was injured I was playing around level 3. Level 0.5 is not really my level, even with an injury. So all the people will be informed. I'll let them know games being filmed, etc. People are happy. So begins the journey. 5 months, 0.5, 15% reliability. So we know how that's going to go. It's going to go up and down a lot in games. We see what we can get to. We have a game today. Not here. I'm just down the road, and I am the lowest ranked player at 0.5. My teammate has about 70 games and is 0.57, so it'd be a good indication to see someone that's experienced but remaining at that level. So that's my teammate is going to be beginner level. The two people I'm playing against have played less games. I think one's about 0.9 and the other one 0.76. Both of them are actually on the rise. So, and people have played Playtomic before, you know, sometimes levels may not be correct, especially when people are new to the game. So we'll see how it goes today. On paper, I'm the lowest ranked player there. I have asked them, and everyone is happy for me to take part in the game, film it, have it as competitive. So that's good. So we will see how that goes. There is one last question that I have before I play the games. So, 0.5 games. How do I play? Do I go all out and play hard, or do I hold it back? I want to know your opinion on this, because the first few games may be quite easy. So this game today, I'm going to try and keep it steady, try not to reveal too much, keep the smashes down, etc. But let me know if you want me to play all out full power against these 0.5 players. Comment. If not, if you want me to keep it steady and build up. But again, I know I will be humbled by Spanish players very soon. So 0.5 won't last long. Let's go.
So let's join the game. My teammate Alvin on the left there is actually telling me that Sung, the player with the red shorts at the back, is a good player, and his teammate Jaime is about to serve. So let's get into the first point. And straight away you can see that the speed, there's a little look at the camera there, thinking this may be harder than I think. The speed may be quicker than Alvin is expecting. So yeah, 15 love. And then let's have a look at the next shot here. Alvin lining up, second shot of the game, over the top, and that shot there from Sung quickly lets me know that, hey, we may have a game on our hands here. So they went on to win that first game. They joined me back at 15 love my serve, 1-0 down. I'm seeing gaps already, so I'm trying to play into those gaps. So here we go. Now we are 30 love up, and my serve again. Play that deep to Jaime, and yeah, this is where we start to notice. After the first game we didn't get much play, starting to notice now the difference in the level. First serve into net there for me, that's good. So let's see how the second serve goes at 40 love. And there is a classic example of what's going to come of reading the game and positioning from Alvin, my teammate. So that brings us to 40-15, as he's not really covering his side there. There we go, 40-15, and so that is 1-1. Sung to serve now. Sung to serve was good, as I said before, he is an ex-badminton player. Okay, 15 love up there. Very good with the wrist, and a lot of problems from his serve from Alvin, so there we go to serve in. And as you can see here, actually hit me in the knee, so that is 15 all, and we go on. Yeah, 15 all, and bad reading from Alvin puts it 30-15 to them. And you see here, 30-15. Let me judge that badly. going for the pop. And see the opportunity because they're covering almost back to front, the way you would see in a badminton match. So anyway, we move on, 2-1, and Alvin's to serve. We see a good lob from him. The ball comes to the back, a good lob from Alvin here, and then look, front back again. So we're 15-0 up, Alvin's to serve. And again, what we'll see here is the front back again, the gaps that appear, it comes across, get that covered, and look, there we go. So Sung stay back, look at that, almost bang in the middle of the court, both of them. There's the gap. Thank you very much. 30 now. Next point is the first chance I get a backhand here high, and then the smash is on, and I hold back and just play soft. This was the first opportunity I had to actually go for a smash and reveal my level, but I kept it calm. We're actually 3-1 down here, so let's move on to the next point. With 15 love down, and the smash comes, and Alvin has not reacted, so I'll go and pick that one up. That gets us to 15 all. Next shot we're going to cut to 40-15, and we have some, again, another example of bad positioning. So 40-15. There we go, look, they're both covering, the whole side of the court is empty, so thanks very much, we'll take that there. Jamie nearly goes into the side, so that's 3-2. Now this shot was quite funny, because the ball comes up, and just here, and bang, that hits me in the head. So yeah, that was, I managed to get it so it's the side of the head, but it's definitely was still a headshot. Now we're going to move on and cut to 4-3 down now. And we were 30 love down, and this is one of those points where I accidentally showed a flash of what we can do here. So a great shot, and then back to 0.5. So yeah, did all the hard work, ruined the good shot. And now, so we're at a point now where I'm kicking myself. We are 30-15 up. So let's see. So the ball comes in, and I see this as an opportunity to build. Another good lob from Alvin there. He's building the point well, and then look, playing for the gaps, and then boom, see you later, point finished. Now we're going to skip on to the next game, and that puts us, and we will be 5-4 up here. And I do a serve, and I again pull kind of out of that a little bit, but that's enough to finish. And then we go into the next shot, which I believe is going to be 15 love. And play the shot, and look, Alvin has completely missed the ball there, so that puts us 15 all. Still at 5-4. The next shot 30-15 up, and yeah, I'm covering. That is not my shot to get, and again, this is not my shot to get, but I get it, and a Bahada into the corner finishes the point, and that's the end of the first set. 6-4. Join us in the second game with 1 love up here. And the reason I've left this point in here is actually a demonstration of what I like to call the frying pan smash, which happens a lot of this game. So Alvin gets the opportunity, frying pan down, second again, frying pan, third, frying pan creeping backwards, that one goes into the fence. Moving to the second point here, and what this again is another example of covering, and me having to come across. We eventually do win the point, but yeah, there's gaps. And Sun was good at covering those gaps, and you can see here Alvin has not reacted to that ball at all, but due to their positioning we get the point. So we'll keep rolling, because this is another example of the frying pan where the risk is potentially too much. There's a whole lot of court for Alvin to aim at. And the second one that comes up here, high risk, and again into the fence. So that's twice in the same game when we've had it, and risk wise it's really not worth it. A softer shot to the middle would be better. Back in the same game, still 1 love, and what I've realised when I play this point here is communication between the two of us is not the best, but I've learned where Sun goes. He wants to cover the back in the middle, so as soon as his ball goes behind me, I know he's creeping across, so I get the shot, and then can easily, I say easily, not very good pop, but was enough to get the point done. 2 love. We're coming to 3 love now, and it's my serve, and this is another example. There's no reaction from Alvin on the lob there, so I managed to get the ball back open. At this point I'm seeing the gaps, I'm just playing soft into where they are. At this point in the game I was kind of expecting to be put in the fridge, But to continue from the last point, I'm seeing gaps, and I'm just decided that just to get this second set done by slotting them into the gap. So the ball comes up again, soft, one corner, Amy gets it back, other corner, and that is the point finished. We cut to Jamie serve here. This is an interesting point because at this point I've called out on the serve and he hits it back at me. So I called out, the game continued, and I just thought, you know what, 4-love up, let's just continue the play. And then what happens is I'm actually not looking at all, and Jamie plays the second shot. Confusion all round, but Sung was just explaining to Jamie that I had my back turned. And in these games you often do find it's a very polite game, and everyone is having some fun. So let's watch this next point. Sung gets what we call a lucky shot there, and what I actually haven't noticed is Alvin just goes straight into the net. So I leave the gap open and they win the point, but they'd already won the point at this stage anyway, with Alvin absolutely creaming into the net. We're 4-1 now, and having a little team talk, which I later realised this is the point when they said we can't hit anything to the guy in the hat. So let's see what happens. So Alvin takes the serve, and they keep it in. So that's the technique's going well, but that's a bad smash, and we finished that one down the line. So yeah, so the technique's not worked straight away, but we move on, and this is a good example of Sung's backhand here. You see, so Alvin does serve quite far over in his box, and that gap is on, and if Sung can get that in, he's winning that point every time. We let this point play, we're still at 4-1 now. And what I want to highlight here is some of the improvements that Alvin made during the game. So the smash comes, and he goes the right way, gets the ball over. Ball comes over, it doesn't cover that one, but Jamie needs the door open, and we slot that one home. And we move on to the final cut here, and what I've zoomed in here is I've actually noticed that Sung doesn't have a wrist strap. So 4-3. And the wrist strap was worrying, and then he hits one that goes straight out of the door, and Alvin struggles with that one. We move on now, and this is match point, 5-3 to us. We'll let it play. Jamie gets the ball back, and when the ball comes to Sung, this opportunity finishes it off. 6-3 ends the game, and that's the end of the points. So I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned because there's a little post-match analysis coming up right now.
So, the game is finished. We're back home and we can post-match analysis of how that went. So, we got the win. 6-4, 6-3. First set was harder than the second. Let's start with overall. So overall, what have I noticed at that level? And the big thing for me is the reactions and reading of the game. My teammate, seeing any ball that had spin on, he struggled to get to. He was reacting late to balls that went over his head or behind him. And yeah, I think just a reaction to reading the game. There was a few times I had to go over to cover his shots. And I think overall, the game, the lack of lobs. Yeah, I was talking before the game about how should I be smashing, etc. I just didn't get those opportunities because nobody was lobbing. I think I got one hard one at the net, but I don't think there was any lobs. A couple of times I tried to reel it back a little bit and just kind of play into it, and there's a couple of times when the old player in me came out. A few real low pickups, a few kind of spins and some good shots, so I had to kind of dial back a bit, but it was an enjoyable game. We all had a good time, and the Song, who was definitely the better of the opponent's team, was very good with the wrist. Lots of hard backhand shots at my teammate, so I think initially I did think I would be in the fridge, which is why I tried to hold it back, and then I was just in the fridge most of the time, which is where they got their points. He told me he's an ex-badminton player, so that's why he's good with the wrist, and he wants to team up with me going forward on this journey. So he's been in Spain for 5 weeks, found paddle. He was a very high level badminton player, so you could see he had a really good wrist and some good shots. So what are we all waiting for? What's happened to my Playtomic level? 6-4, 6-3 against two higher opponents. What's that done to my score? So I've gone from 0.5 to 0.9. That means I can now step into games. If I start the game, I think I'll be up to about 2.5, which it's not far away from where I was. So I think I will be cautious if I do play with a song at that level, and probably look for games similar to just below 1 next. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Follow along the journey, like, subscribe, all of that stuff. I'm not going to beg you to. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been fun for me, and yeah, I will keep you posted. Next game should be coming soon. Thank you.